in terms of the financial literacy. But before we get there, I guess introduce yourself to the people.
My name is Marcus Barney, also known as Him 500. I teach financial literacy. I specialize in teaching things that you can't Google when it comes to financial strategies on how to turn your credit into cash.
Like one. Give me one. Give me one.
A way to turn your credit into cash. I tell a lot of people is that when you go to build your credit report, once you clean the negative items off, you want to learn how to start building. Right? So when you start building, I tell people, listen, it's a website called Swap a Lease.
Swap a Lease?
Swap a Lease.
Swap a Lease.
Yeah, Swap a Lease. So with Swap a Lease, I tell people, I say, listen, go find the cheapest car. So over my time, I found the cheapest car was a smart car. The smart car costs about $221 a month. You can find them and you take over somebody else's lease. When you take over somebody else's lease, they don't want it anymore, so they're willing to pay to get out of it.
Oh, so it's like subject to for cars. Like, you know, subject to in real estate, you just take over there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
So, but now imagine is that now I don't have a down payment.
Right.
Now I go pick up a vehicle when it's time for me to, this is just building my report. So I go get the vehicle and it's $221 a month. Let's say it has a year left on it, right? Or 18 months, but even at a year, I tell people, listen, then you just simply take the vehicle. It's a smart car, small. Most people think they can't fit in it. You know, I'm a bigger gentleman, but I fit in it, right? So I got the smart car, right? So I said, listen, you take the smart car, $221 a month. You go out and you contact David Shands and say, Dave, let me put real social proof on the left side for $221 a month. I'm gonna keep it in Metro Atlanta that it'll be exposed between 10 to 30,000 people per month because it's gonna be riding around Metro Atlanta for 12 hours a day. Shands is gonna say, $221 and you're gonna put it on the side of my car? I don't know, you gonna say no?
Nah, what? Let's do it. So
you find 3 of them. So now at 3 people, now that vehicle now at 220 on this side, 220 on this side, 220 on this side, that's $660 a month I make off a $221 car.
So you get this $200 car, you sell advertising on 3 sides of the car.
Yes.
And for the same amount of the lease.
Of the car note.
The car note.
Yeah, the lease note.
Gotcha.
Now, I got a car note that was $220 and now I make $660. Now I look and I go, okay, but how do I keep it in Metro Atlanta for 12 hours? Do I park it? No. I go and I go find people that's between the ages of 21 to 25 and I say, listen, I got opportunity for you to drive, and you just post an ad on Indeed, right? I tell everybody, test your websites. I don't tell you just jump out there and go get the car first. Test the websites. Post an ad on Indeed for people who are willing to drive and willing to pay $150 a week. Don't worry about gas or insurance. Insurance on a smart car is $30. Don't pay for the gas. I'll pay for it. You pay me $150 a week. You can drive for 6 hours out of the day. Well, guess what? I get 2 kids driving it at $150 a week. That's $300 a week. Times 12.
So each kid can drive it for 6 hours a day.
Yes, and go do Grubhub, Uber Eats, DoorDash.
For $150 a week.
$150 a week.
So you got advertising for $600 a month so far. Plus you're getting, if it's 2 kids driving it, $150 a week, that's $300 a week. So that's another $1,200 per month.
Yes.
Off a $200 smart car.
Off a $200 smart car. You just turn your credit to cash. You making $1,800 a month off a smart car. But since we hearing you, my man, that's turning credit to cash. Right. But what people don't know, and they say, listen, this is my goal is that we in the 21st century. We don't live in the early 80s and the early 90s, late 80s. We have such an issue with assets and liabilities. I thought it said it on your shirt. Okay, so right is that with assets and liabilities, we're stuck, and the only realistic liability we have in today's society is our mindset. The way that we can think, the way that we can judge, and the way that we can execute. So when people look at a vehicle, now I just turn that vehicle, which most people say is a liability, into an asset. So you mean to tell me, they go, oh, you should leasing because cars are depreciating. They're depreciating liabilities.
Right.
But in today's society, we got apps like Turo.
Right,
In
right.
today's society, we got things like Hire Car. In today's society, we got Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta that movie sets that literally rent cars and pull them on trucks and don't even put miles on them. To where now, if you have an exotic vehicle or a nice vehicle, you can make it an actual asset because it generates capital more than it depreciates. So if you know the depreciation calculation of what it's going to depreciate,